Hi there, welcome to Colors. I'm Erica. On today's video, I am going to be continuing and finally finishing this How I Color ABC series. Today is letter Z, and Z is for zombie. I have done a little bit of digging because I don't like scary things, so I tend not to color things that are scary. And zombies to me are scary. I don't watch The Walking Dead. I don't like any of those zombie movies. I take it back. I like two zombie movies. I like the one with Simon Pegg. And then I guess the other one's technically not a movie. It's a show. I watch iZombie on occasion. I have not watched all of it yet, but I like that sometimes. So that's about as far as I go. And I have only colored one page that has anything resembling a zombie in it, and that was in this Coloring Heaven Chibi collection. These are designs by Josh Lee, and I colored this page, and this is a little necromancer guy, and I'm guessing these are the zombies that he's raised, because that's how I colored them. But that is the only page that I have that has any resemblance to a zombie. But that's going to change thanks to this video. So there's that. So let me show you some of the other examples that I found. These are pages from books that I already owned. I did buy two books that will work very well for this zombie theme, and I can see myself coloring in them after the fact. And I got a couple of PDFs. So I will have all of that linked below in the description in case you want to hop on the zombie train. I don't really know. I don't know how to zombie train. No zombies. Okay, so cute and creepy. This book has everything, and of course it has the most adorable zombies on the face of the planet. So I feel like this is probably one of the ones that we're going to work on today. I haven't decided quite yet because I do have quite a few things that I can play with, but I love this book. I only color in it around Halloween. I've only colored, I think, a couple of pages. So I have that one done. That one's still a whip, and I have that one done. So it would be nice to get another page done in here. So that's a possibility. So zombie pages in here from Pop Manga, cute and creepy. Then I have Lady Heather's Curiosities and Peculiarities coloring book. And there are a couple of pages in here that'll work, but I thought that this one kind of went with that theme. So like half of her face is zombie-ish, and the other half is kind of pretty. So I thought that might work. There's one right in front of it too that's kind of similar. You can make her look like a zombie. There's several ones in here that you could do that with. This one's more like skeleton into, but yeah. So I thought that this one would be a cute one to do. In Fadorables, there's an actual zombie, and this one I love. I think it's so cute. It does look a little spooky and gross, but I like it still. So that's a possibility. I really like that one. Then I have in this one, Fadorables Minis 2. These aren't actually zombie people. This is zombie animals. I thought that it would be kind of cool to get this little koala kind of zombified, maybe. And then in continuing with that animal theme, in the Enchanted Halloween, this one would be one where you would have to like turn everybody into zombies. And I even have notes on how I would go about doing that. But you could give all of the animals red eyes and, just kind of just give her a zombie makeover. And then have like red eyes in the forest behind her there. And there's 2 pages in these books, so if I don't like how scary I've gone with this one, I can do another cute one later on. But I have notes just in case I decide to do that one. But that's from Enchanted Halloween. And then, so PDF-wise, I am going to have to put on screen where I got these because I cannot remember. This one I thought would be a really good one to give the zombie makeover because it's got like the skulls and the flowers and stuff, but it's still really pretty, but you could make it look pretty cool. These ones are actual zombies, so there's a set of 3 in this PDF little book thing that you get, and I thought they were all super cute. So those might be an option. I thought this one from Daria Kikirsi was really cute. Again, you could definitely make her look zombie-like. But she'd be a cute zombie. And then this one from Dawn Davidson. No, I'm sorry. This is from Matt Davidson. This one is scary to me, but I think that it would be really cool coloring in the skin and making it look blicky. And I kind of had the idea to like make her skin up here look normal, and then underneath she's all blech. But when he lifts the veil, she's actually a zombie instead of a pretty lady. I went ahead and purchased Spooky Girl. Now, I know she's not technically a zombie, but she has enough kind of weird images that you could, and her eyes are so deep set that you could totally give her, like, color her in, like, cartoony zombie colors, and it would work, I think, anyway. But I thought about maybe doing that. Ooh, that one's a good one. I thought about doing her. I really liked this one as the zombie one, and just kind of have like, I don't know, some blood or something coming out of her mouth. I don't know. I thought that one would be a cool one to do to kind of give her a zombie makeover. And then this one is Dark Beauty. This one is really cool and pretty creepy, but it's not as creepy as some of the other books by this same company. But this one has several in here that are just disturbing and some that are just dark. Like that one's really cool. And then they're also beautiful at the same time. Like I don't understand how that happened. But there's the one from the front cover. I thought that one would be a great one to do, to give her like zombie look. There's a couple more in here that I really liked. Yeah, see, they're just beautiful. This one I thought would be really cool to do that way. But yeah, just a very odd, dark, and beautiful book at the same time. This one I thought would be a good one to do zombies as well. So we'll see. We'll see which ones I do. I also went online and found a few images from Pinterest that are going to be my inspirations. So kind of showing you, you know, what colors would be around like open wounds and things. I loved this one, the way that the eyes were, you know, it's super dark around the eyes. And then you've got like these veins extending outward. And of course the blood coming out of the mouth. This one, again, just the shading, you know, really emphasizing the sunken cheekbones, the sunken eye sockets, and then having the veining again everywhere. And then, of course, for the fun cartoony ones, you know, going a little bit this way. I don't know that I would go quite as dark turquoise, but maybe like a turquoisey green, maybe like a teal color more. I don't know. But yeah, so that's my ideas so far. And I am going to select my pages and we're going to get started. It's going to be really fun. All right, I'll see you here again in a second. I also wanted to talk about a couple of other books that I found on Amazon that I thought you guys might like. I did not purchase these because these seem a little too far out of my comfort zone, although one of them might work, but I figured since I got those other 2 books that I didn't need to get any more. So the first one is Horror Beauties, and it's by the same company that did the Dark Beauty. And again, I don't know off the top of my head who the artist is or what the company name is, but I will make sure to put that on screen for you guys. This one was super weird. It was like too far weird out of my comfort zone, so did not get it. But for those of you out there that like really weird, dark, scary things, this might be right up your alley. So I thought I'd share it. Another one was the zombie coloring book by Ava Brown, which I thought was really kind of funny. But I don't know that I would actually color it, but it's like everyday scenes just zombified. And I thought it was pretty cute. The next one was the Misfits zombie book by White Stag. And I know a lot of people color the White Stag pages and they probably have this book already, but I thought I would add this into the mix. And then, of course, all of the disturbing yet beautiful Alan Roberts coloring books. I own none of them because I would have nightmares if I tried to color in them, but I really can appreciate the beauty in his art and the beauty of the pages that other people have colored. So I didn't want to leave those out of my zombie video there. All right, so I will be right back with you and we will get started with my page. All right, so I'm going to color a page from Spooky Girl, which I have already started a little bit of it with my alcohol markers, but I'm going to use a few colored pencils and things to finish it up. I'm going to do something more along the lines of this kind of face, maybe with a little bit less gore, but kind of along these lines. So I'm going to show you the page, and it's this one, which I thought was appropriately, it was kind of creepy and kind of cute and kind of, a mesh of all three. The only thing I'm grumpy about is the printing, of course, since it's this Amazon printed book or whatever, it's got those weird lines through the background, but that's easily fixed for me. So I am going to get my supplies ready and then we can get started. Okay, so I'm going to be using some polychromos pencils. I have done a trial of this combination, so I'm hoping that I can make it work again. I have left the skin tone clear. There's no color on the page yet, so that's just the color of the paper. And I'm going to use a combination of some grays, a little bit of peach, and what is this color? Cinnamon, a little bit of some other reddish brown colors as well, and of course cream and ivory and white to blend everything together. So let's get started. I'm going to start with, let's start with this gray. So we're going to use warm gray 2, and I'm just going to go around and add a light layer everywhere that I want to be a little bit darker. And I know that all the way around her eyes is going to be kind of a dark area. Underneath her hair up here. So it's very similar, to coloring a face, for me at least. You're just using completely different colors. I don't usually go this quite heavy underneath the eyes, but still kind of the same idea. All right, I'm going to color a little under the nose here, all the way across to underneath her hair on the forehead, and then underneath her lips right there. Okay, so we're going to jump up to warm gray 4 now, and we're going to just kind of color right in that same area. And I'm just going to keep going with these colors, just kind of layering things up and then working outward from there, and you'll just kind of see the color build up. And of course, since we're using polychromos, you're going to have to use multiple layers, and I think that's kind of a good thing in this book and for this technique. This zombie, it's not really a technique, but to zombify a person, I think it's probably best to try to work in layers so that you can really get the shadows dark enough and get the color where you want it. Oh, I'm just going to go ahead and add this one down here. Okay, and then I am going to hop up to the darkest one I have, which is cool, no, what is this one? Yeah, that's 4, that's 5. I should have a 6 somewhere. Where are you? Well, I'm not sure where my warm gray 6 is, but we're gonna use warm gray 5, and then we'll use the cool gray 6. And again, just another layer to build up the darkness underneath that we want in there. Okay, so instead of going straight to the cold gray, now I'm gonna start using some of these other colors. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this India red, and that's really close to the same color as her dress, but I want a little bit of this red color in here, especially around the eyes. Now again, this is all just going from like the reference photos that I've taken because I do not color things like this normally. So, you know, there was an artist that I saw that took a, it was a princess coloring book. I think it was a Frozen one. And he took that and just turned some of the characters into just like the ugliest things you've ever seen. But I think it, you know, it really worked because of the colors, you know, like he colored one of them really beautifully and then he just destroyed the other ones. Okay, so now I'm using cinnamon, and this is again just kind of expanding on that pinky peach color that you would normally use for skin, but we're just going to do a slight hint of it. Like we're not going to be using this much of this color at all. Okay, and I am going to add a little bit up along the hairline, at the edge. And then around the side here. Okay, then we're going to go to, yeah, let's just go straight for this. I'm going to go to the ivory and kind of color outwards from that. And this is going to kind of give us that, it's, I don't know, it's not like a sickly color, but it definitely starts to be a weird look once you start blending out with this color. You know, if I had used the different colors underneath, I'm sure it would be fine, but with those grays and that India red and stuff in there, it just kind of looks a little wonky. Okay, get her lips. Okay, we're going to start with grays again. So now I'm going to use, nope, I don't want that one yet. I'm going to use warm gray 4. So it's basically like you go through from light to dark and then back from dark to light again. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed this up so you guys can see kind of the process of all of the blending, but you don't have to sit here in silence and watch me do it. So, and yeah, I will talk to you again here in a second. Okay, I moved you in a little bit closer so you can kind of see what the face looks like before I start adding stuff. I also went ahead and did the arms here. I am adding a little bit of black to her fingertips. So I'm pressing pretty hard at the tips and then just kind of lightening my pressure as I move away from the tips. And I'll blend that as best I can with this light gray here. Oh, there's like a shadow or something in there that needs to be there. I do kind of have to go over a few of the lines with my black just so that it kind of comes back to as dark as it should be. So I'm gonna do that actually right now. So right around her eye on both sides, I'm gonna use my black to really darken that up. And again on this side. Now I think that you could probably color this little girl really cute. I mean, she'll have dark circles under her eyes, but that's not a big deal. But I kind of wanted to make her a little spookier. Just kind of redraw in those. Eyelashes, okay. Then I'm gonna use, let's see, what is this one? This one is that name. I can't remember what that name is, but I'm gonna use that to color her lip in. Okay. All right, and then I am gonna do her eyeball real quick, and I'll show you that. Again, I'm gonna start with my lightest gray, and I'm not going to the edge of the eye. I'm just kind of drawing a circle around, not all the way, but around about 3/4 of the eye, just around the outside edge, leaving a little bit of a gap between where I'm coloring and the outer edge of the circle there. And then I'm gonna just kind of shade in a little bit from that line. Okay, and then I'm gonna use a darker gray. So let's just use this one. This one is warm gray. What is that? 4? Okay, and then we're gonna blend that out a little bit again. Okay, and then I'm gonna use my ivory to color that all in, almost all the way to the center. But I'm gonna go around the outside edge. I'll leave just a nice white section right around that little tiny pupil. This doesn't add a ton of color, but it just adds a tiny little bit. Okay. All right, so next I am going to take my cold gray, what is this, 6? Cold gray 6. And I'm gonna start adding in some veins, basically. So I'm gonna start at the eye socket here, and with a very sharp pencil and light pressure, I'm just drawing tiny little lines. And I'm gonna draw some in from the outside edge. And you could totally do this with red too. I think that would be just as spooky. but I kind of like it with the black. It kind of makes it look like there's some kind of infection happening. All right, and then we're gonna do some from the chin here. We're gonna go up this way. Yeah, if you have knowledge of like how the veins in the face work, this would probably be perfect. And then we're gonna have like a little bit of drooly, weird goop stuff coming out of her mouth. We're gonna stretch this smile so it's even creepier and kind of color in that black goop a little bit more. And then I'm going to do that kind of same thing from her eyes here. And this is just going to kind of give the hint of stuff like running out of her eyes. That's kind of like with zombies, I feel like they're just big, gross, goopy, walking, icky things. So yeah, if that's all you do is just add a bunch of stuff like that, I think you're good. The last thing I want to do is add a few little lines to her eyeballs, and I'm going to use that India red again, and I'm going to just lightly draw tiny little lines. And I think with veins, they all kind of go towards the pupil, if I remember correctly. I could be completely wrong, but I thought that was, well, that one's big. I didn't mean to do that one that big. And then we can add a little bit of this cream to yellow the eye a little bit. Let's do some lines on her arm so she looks nice and sick here too, up under her hand. And then we'll do like this. All right, so there's our little zombie face. I think she turned out pretty good. I'm gonna finish up this page. I think for her hair, I'm just gonna add in some grays, and I'll finish off this page, and I will show you this page at the end of the video. But for now, there is our sort of cute zombie, sort of cute. All right, let me grab the next page. All right, so second page, we're going to go with a little bit more of a cartoony style, I think. This is the one that I am kind of looking at these things right here for inspiration on this one. This is the image that I chose. I've gone ahead and done a little bit of coloring in there already. And then I wanted to show you guys, because I am going to add in some extra little wounds, I guess. I don't know what the right term is, but you know, you can see on the hands, there's all kinds of different scars and tears and all kinds of stuff. I'm not going to add in the veins because that's a little too much for me, but it's the same thing on this one. There's just extra little bits and pieces kind of torn in. So or not torn in, but drawn in. I've already added a little bit right here. I'm going to add a few more, but I'm not really sure where all I want things. I do want a little bit here, I think. I'm just going to add in a little bits and pieces here and there. Maybe we'll have her whole elbow be exposed. the artist did a really good job on this one already. I don't want to mess it up too much, but, and then on this hand, I think I'm just going to leave that, and then we'll get to that here in a second. So the first thing I want to do is I'm going to color her skin, and I'm using alcohol markers as a quick base. However, my printer does not like my alcohol markers. So you can see, like right here, I caught some of the ink, so I have to be very careful when I'm putting this down. But I'm using the Ohuhu G9. So I'm just going to go through and add that color. It's going to look really dark at first, but it gets lighter, I think. Pretty sure it does. But I'm just going to add that in, try to avoid anywhere where I've just drawn those little holes. And this paper that I'm using is very, the marker moves a lot on it. So I've got to be careful not to get it places I don't want it. Skin base is done. Now let's go in with some pencils and let's see what we can do. I am going to try to use some of these polychromos pencils, and I think I'll be able to pull this off. I just have to find the right shades. I think these two will work. Might do a little bit with that one as well. Okay. Let me get these sharpened. So I'm going to start with the Juniper Green, and I'm just going to do basic shading. So anywhere where there is a shadow is going to get some shading. So here she's going to have a little bit there, a little bit under the nose, right along the lip, under the lip, and then along the jawline. Yeah, this is super basic shading. And I'm going to use this color, notice this one, Earth Green, to kind of blend things out together. Hopefully that'll be a nice color to get all of that meshed together pretty well. Okay. Get her hand all shaded. So I am going to take the time to draw in the tendons there. And we're going to do a little bit of a shadow there from the wrist. All right, well, that's pretty easy to get her done. I am gonna add in a little bit of this. This is a light yellow glaze, and I'm just gonna do that along the areas that are highlights. So right along her lip edge there, a little bit on her chest, along the tendons here, up on the knuckles. I'm gonna color in a little bit here, and then right along this side, on her ear. All right. Okay, so that part's done. Now I'm gonna do her lips. So we're gonna find, I think I wanted to do, let me do her outfit really quick just so I can see what that is gonna all be like, because I know I want to use this pink. So I think my plan was to do all in here. So let me just go through and do this really quick. Okay, and then I think for her top, I'm gonna do just a really light, oh, it's probably too light. Let's do this one. We'll just do a little bit of shading here. All right, so her lips. I am going to take my color inspiration from these. I know that her lips would not be that color normally. All right, so I have my Polychromos Fuchsia, and I'm going to color her lips in with that. And then I'm going to go over top with this salmon, just to kind of warm up that tone a little bit. Okay, so got that done. And I think her earring is going to be like probably silver, and we'll have little silver dots on her clothes. I haven't decided on the hair yet. That's probably something that I need to think about. I could do black. That would kind of make the most sense, but maybe we could do like black faded into like white. Let's try that. I haven't really done that before. I kind of can do something similar to what I did in the background. So we'll grab a few markers. And I'm gonna start, I think, with this. This is Cool Gray 4, so this is from my Ohuhu set. And I'm just going to flick the color in really quick. And then I'm gonna blend it a little bit with this Cool Gray 2, and then blend it even more with the Cool Gray 0. And then we're gonna go back in with the black. And this is just to kind of give me a base to work on. I could probably use my pencils to make it look seamless. This is not going to be. Okay. All right, so that's a really harsh transition right there, but like I said, I can use my pencils to get a good transition. And those guys are gonna go back that way. That's still pretty dark, isn't it? This is all an experiment, guys. You get to see all of the fun. So now I'm just using the black to try to bring that color down in there a little bit more. Yeah, that works. All right, let's do it again. We're gonna start with my Cool Gray 4. I'm just gonna do, maybe I should leave that stripe like white. Nah, I'm just gonna do it. So we're gonna go back that way. I'm just trying to follow like the way that the strokes of the hair would go. Okay, we're gonna do this color. So I'm just going from one color to the next lightest to the next lightest, all the way down. Use this lightest color now. This is where I have to get a little bit careful, be a little careful because it makes my lines want to run a little bit. Okay, so let's try the black again. Here we go. That looks very uniform. That is not what I am wanting. All right, so we'll just blend that out as best we can with the markers, and then I'll be able to fix it a little with my pencils. When you do hair like this, you don't want it to be like straight across, like the transition place to be straight across. You want it to be kind of jagged, and so it looks like more of a seamless blend. All right, so then let's get in here with my pencils because that one did not work well. Things are gonna start turning back this way a little bit. All right, I'm gonna use the black to kind of blend that together a little bit better. And then I need my lighter gray. What's this one? This one is Cold Gray 3. That'll work. All right. Well, that's her hair. That was not too bad. All right, let me set this aside. I do want to have kind of a highlight on there, but I think it's fine the way it is. I'm gonna clean this up really quick because that's annoying me. Doop. All right. All right, so now we need to focus on the gory parts. And this isn't gonna be anything like super detailed or anything. This is really just to get some reddish color on the page, you know? So her bone, I do want to have that be kind of like a warm gray color. So I am going to use some markers for this too. So I have warm gray 1, and I'm going to add a little bit to certain areas. And then in her teeth, she's going to have a little bit of this warm gray color as well. Yep. And then for her, let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to use just like a pencil or a marker, because I have lots of red markers, but I don't know that any of them are quite the right shade that I want to use. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna stick with my pencils, and we're gonna do, what's this color? Pink Carmine. That is not the right color. This is deep scarlet red. We're gonna try this, and if it's not the right color, I can kind of get in there and change it. Oops, I forgot to do a little bit of that bone. It's like super light. There we go. All right, so I'm just going to add this color. I think that works. does kind of look like it's just blood, but I think once I add a little bit of detail to it, that maybe it'll get a little bit better. Okay, we gotta add in her eyebrow. And then on her eye, I do know that I want it to be a little shaded, so I'm gonna use the Warm Gray 3. Just add a little bit of shadow in the corner there, so it kind of looks like she's got white on the iris there. What is that little piece? I think we're just gonna make that skin. But which color did I use for her skin? Oh no, I have it out. I was like, I thought I put it away. I'm just gonna go ahead and change that into skin there. Okay. So, yeah, let's just do that. Okay, so now we need a little bit darker color, and I think we're gonna use some red violet. And I'm just gonna go along the edges of the wounds, kind of like maybe where there would be a shadow, a bit of a shadow. And I'm gonna add that color in and then just kind of blend it as best I can. Yeah, I think that works. That just adds a little dimension. This whole area here is gonna be pretty shadowed, except for when it gets back to the elbow. She's not like a super gory zombie at all. She's kind of like a pinup. So she just has a little bit of pieces falling off. That's it. That's all. Nothing major. Just missing part of her jaw. All right, I think I like that. I do think that I want a little bit more color on the bone, so I think I'm gonna add in this ivory color over top of that warm gray that I put in there. I'm gonna do that on her teeth too. Yeah, that looks cool. Okay. I guess I could add a little bit of shading to this arm. We're just gonna add basic shading. So just along the edges, under the hand here. Let me add in her silver bits. Okay, so there is the zombie girl. I am going to go through and finish off the flowers off camera, and then I will show you the finished page at the end of the video. But there she is, and I think it went really well, just adding a little bit, using that kind of grayish green color for her skin. I think it was a good choice. Totally could use like a turquoise or a blue, and then just add in, maybe we should add in a couple like little, just like bumps or something on her. Because if you look like on the hands here, there's lots of little just dashes and bumps and things. I don't really know what it is, but like around here it kind of looks like the skin might be stretching a little bit more if you draw little lines around it or something. I don't know. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that here. There we go. Kind of looks like there's a ridge, maybe that's what that's for. Okay, so yeah, we just added a little bit of extra little detail to this, and I think she went from, she turned out to be a pretty cute zombie. It's not something that I would normally say, but all right, so there we go. So there's the zombie girl. Like I said, I'm gonna finish these flowers off camera, and then I will show you guys that at the end of the video. So let's move on to our next zombie. All right, so after a little bit of contemplating, I decided that we did not have enough time for another zombie. This video is awfully long already. If you guys really want to see me try to do like turn a pretty portrait into something like this, let me know in the comments below, and I can do a video kind of like that. I'll set it up, get it all recorded, and maybe release it around Halloween. Yeah, so that's just another option, but that was one that I was kind of hoping to get to, but I took too long on the other videos, so anyway, so let's review what we did today. So today was all about zombies, from the inspiration sheets here to the actual pages. So we got this one. This is my completed page here. I did add in some Nuvo glitter markers, some Link Shine glitter marker, and then some black glaze glitter marker on the bats, her eyeballs. I'm going to move her closer so you can kind of get, sorry if that's freaking anybody out. You can really see the veins on her and her eyes, on her arms. She turned out really nice and spooky. I like her a lot. My daughter hated this page. I showed her, she said, don't ever color like that again. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. So yeah, so there is my page from Spooky Girl, and she was kind of, you know, the spookier zombie. And then here is the completed page from the, I'm going to have to put this artist on screen again. Artist name on screen, because I cannot remember who it was, but I'll hold it up a little closer so you can kind of see how her face looks. I really like the depth and dimension that you get just from adding a little bit of a darker color around the edges of the wounds there. And then I drew in like some little webs and a couple little spiders. I added just a little bit more color to the edge of this arm here too, just to kind of give it, so it doesn't just look like a regular hand. So maybe it looks like it was bruised or a little bit or something. And then I've got silver, I used my Link Shine pen to do the silver dots and stuff and jewelry. But so yeah, so there you go. Those were our zombies. I am done with this alphabet series. Hooray! Yeah, I am very excited to have finished a complete alphabet series. I'm super excited to move on to the next one, which is animals. So that is it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the zombies. And if you have any questions or anything, make sure to leave me a comment below and I will get with you. Again, let me know if you want to see me turn a pretty picture into something similar to this, and I can set that up for around Halloween time. But yeah, until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.